How do you like being called James by Richard Sherman?
I haven't been called James probably since my grandma was calling me James, so it's been a little while, but it's all in good fun.
Can you give us a story behind that?
You'll have to ask Adrian Colbert about that. Yeah, he'll give you a good story.
You guys are about to take more than a month-long break. Are there any thoughts or plans to get together with your skill guys at some point during that intermission?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a good amount of guys here, so we'll have plenty of time to get together, and we don't get the same type of ability to use the facility as we would now, but we'll figure out a way to get it done.
Are you now headquartered here? I mean, is this sort of central for you?
Yeah, this is home now. So I'll go back to Chicago for a little bit, see the family and all that, but for the most part, I'll be here.
Jimmy, how did you see some of the benefits of your Saturday sessions before the OTAs actually show up in OTA and minicamp practice?
I think it's just, especially for me, still being pretty new this offseason, it just helped us get on the same page with me and the receivers and really all the skill guys. I mean, we had everyone out there, and it's just being able to talk through that stuff without the coaches. Like I've said this before, it's invaluable.
Shanahan mentioned some cadence issues in start to practice yesterday. How did that develop, and what was your reaction to it?
It sucked. I mean, it wasn't any fun. When that goes wrong, it just screws up the rest of the play. So that's first and foremost, we got to get that corrected. But we were trying some different things yesterday, and we'll keep working at those. It's you'd rather those happen in practice than in the game.
What responsibility do you take for that, or just generally to get the unit going?
It's all on the quarterback. I mean, I'm the one doing the cadence. I have to make sure that me and all the other quarterbacks are saying it the same way, sounding similar to one another, and just getting everyone on the same page.
It looked like you kind of kept them after class yesterday.
Yeah, I think we needed to. I don't know, maybe we had 4 or 5 probably fall starts, or just we didn't go all at the same time. So it's stuff we're working on. That's what practice is for, but we hate to have it happen at all.
Were they not hearing you correctly, or were you not delivering it the way you normally do?
No, it was just, a couple of them were new cadences and things that we hadn't worked before, and just, you try new things like that, and it's one thing to do it in a walkthrough environment, but once you get into those live reps and guys, bullets are flying, guys are thinking of a million different things, you're reading the defense, it's a lot to think about. So just slowing everything down, getting us all on the same page, it'll come in time.
How do you think these last 2 months went, just in terms of the off-season program, where this team is at?
I think it's been good. I think Ray and his group did a great job of getting us in shape. We've looked sharp for the most part in practice. Yesterday was a little sloppy offensively. But, overall, I think it's been a very successful camp.
Was it best case scenario pretty much for everything, and how much you now know of the offense?
Yeah, I think I've come a long way, especially from last season where I was just, kind of cramming everything in. But, still a long way to go, developing that chemistry between me and the skill positions, the O-line, everything. I mean, it's a work in progress every time.
What is the area that you kind of really want to focus in on and hone, either before training camp or during training camp?
I think a big part for us as a whole offensively is just finishing in the end zone. Last year, we got stopped short a couple of times, more than we'd like to, and I think we've done a good job this OTAs and minicamp of finishing in the end zone for the most part, finishing drives and stuff like that.
You guys have enough red zone targets, you think?
Oh yeah. We got the weapons for it. We just coaches put us in a good situation. We need to come through and complete the play.
It seems that there's some added spirit in those red zone sessions, especially when Selleck scores, and I just noticed you guys cheering a little bit more. Is that born from the fact that you did struggle a bit there toward the end of last?
Those are point plays. They're either 7-point play, 3-point. You know what I mean? It's those are the ones that really matter. So when you get those opportunities, it's hard to complete a touchdown, especially in the red zone like that. The windows are tighter, not as much room, and so especially when Selleck gets one, it gets everyone going.
Now that you've been established here, how much change have you seen just in terms of attention you get from endorsements, businesses, things like that, and how do you handle it?
I have agents for that, so they help me a lot with that. But for the most part, I just come out here, try to compete every day, be the best quarterback I can for this team, and make our team better one day at a time.
Do they give you options? How do you go about choosing what you do and don't do, and how do you balance it with, like you said, football?
Right now I'm locked into football. This is priority number 1. So all that stuff, you got the off season for that, and we get free time here and there that you get to talk about that stuff. But for the most part, I try to stay locked into this.
Along those same lines, it seems like you're a guy that prefers a little bit of a lower profile. So what has been your approach to the spotlight you've had over the last several months?
Yeah, I think low profile is a good way to put it. That's just how I've always been. I don't know, going out with Staley, he brings a lot of cameras attention to us, so it's tough going out with him a lot. But no, it's been fun. The Bay Area, I mean, it's great people here and a great group of fans.
When Shanahan was asked about the expectations for the offense going in next year, he said, "Hey, it was pretty good the last 5 games. Don't maybe expect to see a huge jump just because it was so good." Did you kind of feel the same way, or do you expect some kind of noticeable jump?
Personally, I hope to improve. We always hope to improve as an offense, as a team. In football, you can never stop improving, and once you do, you're in trouble. So I think, we're always trying to improve, doing everything we can to get better, and, we'll see what happens this upcoming season.
When you think back to a year ago where you were, I mean, at that time, how much were you thinking about when your starting opportunity would come and where it might be?
What point are you talking about?
Oh, like a year ago, right?
Oh, a year ago now?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I was just locked into OTAs. I mean, once we get going with camp like this and stuff, it's as a quarterback, you have a lot to deal with, just football, playbook, all that stuff. So when you start thinking about all the other stuff, you get distracted. So for the most part, I'm pretty locked into this.
Just the bigger picture as you were, in your career. I mean, were you thinking a lot about when it might happen for you, that you'd have the chance you have now?
Not really. I mean, I figured at some point it would happen, but like I said, when you start thinking about that stuff, you get distracted. So for the most part, I'd stay locked in.
How have you and this team been able to stay locked in? It seems like everybody's kind of picking you guys to be a dark horse. They see you for playoff contention. How does everyone stay grounded?
We don't really listen to it. I think that's the biggest part is, I've said this before, it's all kind of noise out there. And, people make predictions all the time, but at the end of the day, it's what we do on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, and how we go out and perform on Sundays.
Kyle was saying that it's really nice when you have a group of guys who will be visibly annoyed and upset when things aren't going right, so he doesn't have to MF guys up and down. I mean, is that a sign to you that you have the right guys in the locker room?
Yeah, it shows that guys care. If someone was to mess something up and just kind of brush it off, it's kind of annoying. You want guys who care about the game, who care about this team, and I think we have a good group in there.
What's your take on the bond that the other guy, McGlinchey, who's protecting you, has developed with your left side, with Staley?
I think they need a TV show. Personally, there's a good idea behind that, but no, those two are match made in heaven. I don't know. They're very very fun guys to be around. Just found out Mike could throw the hell out of the ball today, so he's they're both very talented. Mike?
Yeah.
You gotta ask him. He launched that thing today, though.
You talked about developing chemistry with the skill players and the offensive line. Can you talk specifically a little bit about what you've seen from McGlinchey and Dante Pettis in the last couple months?
Yeah, the O-line as a whole has been very, very solid, working together well. I think, being in the second year together with, a couple new additions, but for the most part, the core is the same. So it's nice to have that in front. It makes my job a whole lot easier. And then Dante, I think, he's coming along as any rookie is in OTAs. It's always hard to start and pick up the playbook and all that, but he's done a great job. He's doing 3 different positions right now. It's impressive.
Your 2 most veteran cornerbacks have been hurt last couple of weeks. What have you seen from the younger guys that have been playing on those outside spots?
All the DBs together, they work very well together. It's that's kind of how our defense works. If one guy falls out of place, then there's a huge hole, and we take advantage of it. But they do a good job of communicating. They make it difficult on us, and we've had some battles day in and day out, which I think will make us a better team in the long run.
They seem like carbon copies of one another, the cornerbacks
Yeah.
at least. Have you ever been on a team with that size, that height, that
It's
and
the
how
length.
does that
Yeah.
And how does that affect what you do, the quarterback does?
It makes you adjust your throws. There's some throws that you need to put a little higher, or even the linebackers. They have such long arms, some of them, that you have to adjust your throws or get it over top of them without getting it too far to the safeties, and it makes my job a lot more difficult. But I think going against those guys day in and day out will only help us going down the road.
Sherman gave us a pretty good scouting report on you yesterday. It said something about when you take your other hand off the ball, DB's got to be ready for it. Have you had a chance to sit down and pick his brain at all on what he sees?
Yeah.
And even though you haven't practiced against him.
Yeah, but he's like a coach out there. Like, he's watching everything. So, the defense, they've told me that. But at the same time, I use that against them because they're thinking that. So it's It's a game of cat and mouse. It always is. It's they're reading you, you're reading them at the same time, and it's who flinches first type of thing. So we've had some good battles, and it's been a good camp.
Do you anticipate this year being an extension of that game of cat and mouse? In that,
Say it again, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Do you anticipate this year being an extension of that game of cat and mouse, since teams have had a few games to see this offense and you at the helm of it, heading into the season?
Yeah, I mean that's the NFL for you. I mean, in a nutshell, everyone has tape on everybody. You're studying for an entire week, and I mean you go years and years back on some guys and some D coordinators or whatever, or some quarterbacks. So that's the game we play week in and week out, and it's who does it better at the end of the day.
Jimmy, it's been well documented. You were 5-0 as a starter last year. I wanted to be negative though. What
Appreciate
was
that.
your absolutely. What was your worst throw or decision last year during those games, and what was? I mean, is it something you think about it, and what was behind it? Why did it happen?
Oh man. Well, I mean, any of the interceptions, those are never good decisions. So the more you can minimize those, the ball is the most important thing when you're playing a football game. Usually, if you lose turnover battle, you're going to lose the game. So I think just minimizing those, not taking unwanted risks, and knowing when to and when not to. I think those are important, and that's what practice is for. You learn what throws you can make with which guys, and which guys are going to protect the ball better than others, and you learn how to trust one another in practice.
All right,
I'm gonna
guys.
sneak one more
last
in.
one, go
ahead.
Please.
Another name? No, I'm just kidding. What distinguishes Shanahan as an offensive play caller in your mind?
His ability to keep the other coordinator guessing. He does a phenomenal job of it. Just our offense is, it has so many variables and so many plays that play off of one another that it keeps the defense on their toes, and they can't really get a beat on us. And he does a great job of putting us in good situations.